guys, it's Joe Madden here, Pick Dogs. This is Puckin crazy. It is Wednesday, May 4th, 2022, which means tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo. So I'm excited for that. But before we get to Cinco de Mayo tomorrow, we have 4 incredible NHL playoff games today. I can't wait for these games, you guys. It's going to be a great night of hockey. Before we jump into that, we're going to quickly take a look at what games we had on the board yesterday, how we fared out for that as well. I'm expecting Tony Brown and El Ninos to pop in, but if they don't, you guys, we're still going to talk all 4 of these games and go over them. So let's look at yesterday's games. Boy, did we have a good game between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the New York Rangers. With this going to the 3rd overtime, these teams were playing each other so hard. So we did see a lot of goals in that second period. The Rangers got up in that first 1-0 in the second period. The Pittsburgh Penguins scored 3 goals. New York Rangers scored 2. So we went tied into overtime. 3-3, and it took 3 overtimes for the Pittsburgh Penguins to come out and get the win. They were on their backup goalie. They did everything. This team played absolutely outstanding yesterday, so hats off to them. Unfortunately for myself, and if you guys tailed me here on Puckin Crazy, I was riding with the New York Rangers to get that win. I really did think they'd get a big win too on that puck line. And I thought this would have been a lower scoring game, keeping it under the 5.5. I just totally misread this game yesterday. So sorry about that, you guys. Going into this game tomorrow, I definitely have a better read on it and where I'm looking to go. Now, we had a great game out of the Washington Capitals coming in and beating the Florida Panthers. They won that game 4-2 last night as the underdog, plus 205 on that money line. They kept it competitive in that first period. Both teams did score 1-1 going into that second. And it looked like the Florida Panthers were going to have it, getting that 1 goal, the only goal in the second period. But we saw the Washington Capitals just strike in that third period, scoring those 3 goals. So winning that 4-2 definitely was a great game. We were riding the Washington Capitals on that puck line at plus 1.5. You guys know I always sprinkle on the money lines there. We had the over 6.5 though, and I thought we would see the over for the Florida Panthers team total over 3.5. I actually had that on my premiums over at Pick Dogs. Wasn't able to hit that yesterday. The only one I didn't hit of my premiums, but we did see Washington Capitals team total hit over that 2.5. So we were on the right track. Just really did see the Florida Panthers coming out, getting that 1 more goal in this. Now, the prop bet we had was Sam Bennett shots on goal over 2.5 at minus 130. That didn't hit either. He was only able to get those 2. On to the next game. We have the Nashville Predators taking on the Colorado Avalanche. Now, the Nashville Predators were just dead in the water. Colorado came out, got 5 goals in that first period, just absolutely destroying them. The Predators hung in the second and the third in both of those periods, getting 1 goal apiece. Both of these teams getting 1 goal apiece. But it was too little, too late for this Predators team. Total 6.5. We nicely hit the over. The Preds team total 2.5. We didn't get. We needed more out of the Preds to start the game to get that. I was actually shocked that they got that last goal in the third period. Forsberg assist didn't hit either. He wasn't able to get that done. But we had a great game out of Calgary, winning over the Dallas Stars. Now, this one, we had Calgary in that first period at plus 124, and we got that nice win. They scored the 1 and only goal in that first period, you guys. Their team total of 3.5 didn't hit. I really was expecting less out of the Stars defense. They really did shock and surprise me. We did get Gaudreau's assist, and it was the only assist of the night on that goal at over a half at minus 115. So it's a decent day. The games that we saw sort of the right way did go the right way, and the other games just completely, like the New York Rangers game, completely everything that I thought on that game was the opposite to what happened. But yeah, 4 games on the board today. We will have El Ninos in a minute. Tony Brown hasn't made it, so when he's not here by now, we know we're not getting him. He's living that Vegas life, you guys, so we'll give him a break. Plus, he might have premiums on all of these bets, and I tell the guys that they have premiums everywhere on these, they don't have to come because it's really hard to talk about a game that you have a premium play on. But El Ninos is here. So he is absolutely crushing it in the NHL, in the NBA. He actually took over the NBA leaderboard as well. So make sure you go check out his packages over at pickdogs.com. He is winning like crazy, you guys. So tonight, the 4 games on the board, kicking off at 7 o'clock Eastern, we have the Boston Bruins taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, total of 5.5 in this one. We know that last time we rode the under 5.5, Boston pulled their goalie and absolutely screwed us because there was no way for them to win. And the Canes got that empty goal. Still, another total of 5.5. Going to be going under. You guys know I'm still going to stick with the under in this one, but we'll discuss it more. We've got plus 100 for the Boston Bruins if you think they can come back and have a good win over the Canes. Canes got the win in the last one. The Canes, if you like them here, they're minus 120. Sorry, El Ninos is a top in MLB, not NBA. I'm getting my sports confused as I sit here and talk right now, but we'll discuss that with them in a second. The Tampa Bay Lightning and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, the Toronto Maple Leafs destroyed the Lightning in the last game. Came out so strong. Minus 135 for them to do it again tonight. Plus 115 if you think the Lightning are going to get bounced back. And a total of 6.5. We had a 5-0 game in the last. The next game on the board, the St. Louis Blues and the Minnesota Wild coming in here at 9:30 Eastern. Now, the St. Louis Blues plus 120. Got a beautiful win in the last game. Minnesota just had no answers for them. Minus 140 for the Wild here. Now, I thought Cam Talbot was going to be in net earlier today. It looks like Fleury is confirmed. We hit the last game of the St. Louis Blues in that first period at plus 198. I'm going to tell you guys right now before I forget, hitting it again. I think we got a great game out of the St. Louis Blues, especially in that first. But we'll get into the rest of the game after. And then the LA Kings and the Edmonton Oilers. The Kings coming in off the win last game over... Sorry, I can't breathe for a second. Over the Edmonton Oilers. Now, the Kings won that last one 4-3. It was an absolutely incredible game. The Kings on the puck line got the cover. There's still value on the puck line tonight on the Kings. The Edmonton Oilers coming in here at minus 200 and a total of 6.5. Plus 170 on that money line for the Kings, if you believe in them. So let's bring El Ninos in, see which game he wants to talk here, you guys. Hey, Al.
Hey, Joe, how's it going?
It's going great. Congratulations on taking over the leaderboard in the MLB. I'm sorry I said NBA. It's just NBA is on my mind today, that's for sure.
Well, some good games everywhere. But yeah, NBA kind of had a couple tough ones to start the playoffs. Same as the NHL, but looking for a bounce back. Can't win them all, but unfortunate time to hit a little brick wall. But we'll bounce back.
You are crushing it absolutely everywhere else, just dominating on the leaderboards in MLB and NHL. So what do you got for a free play for us today?
Gonna be looking at this Carolina-Boston game. Should be a good one. I think I just muted myself for a second.
I think you did. I was wondering if it was me. I could still see your lips moving, and then I thought maybe it was my internet. So take it off again.
All right. So, yeah, back to Hurricanes. Yeah, they'll be hosting the Bruins. Again, they won game 1 of this series 5-1. They dominated this matchup during the regular season as well, which is pretty surprising. I mean, because Boston's got a lineup that you'd think can hang with any team, and they can. They might even have the more talented players on the ice tonight. But just like the way this Carolina team has been playing, and I think the big edge here especially will be their home ice. I think if Boston will make a comeback in the series, they'll have to fight hard at home. I don't see them bouncing back here. So I'll take the Hurricanes on the money line.
Yeah, I don't blame you with this. It's the only way I can go. Watching the Canes in the last game, they just dominated over the Boston Bruins. We're playing a phenomenal game, and they've won their last 7 games straight up. I think this is another one at minus 120. I think the value is all over them here. We know the Boston Bruins are a strong team. They are a healthy team, but I don't see them getting past Carolina. I think this is one of those games with the home ice advantage. We see Boston win game 3, but not game 2 here.
Yeah, I mean, home ice hasn't helped them earlier in the regular season, but I mean, if they do put up any kind of, I mean, I just like their chances better at home, I guess, despite the results earlier this season. I just think Hurricanes. I mean, they got the crowd going there too. It's a fun. They play a fun brand of hockey, and I just think the crowd gets behind them. And as I said, maybe they just have Boston's number, so. I'll go with the Hurricanes till they. As I said, might be a different story in Game 3, but Game 2, and I'm gonna need to see something from the Bruins tonight too, so have me switch because it's not like just home ice is gonna save them by itself. So, Hurricanes looking good in this series so far, and yeah, I'll take them for Game 2 again. It might be a different story as I said in Game 3, but I like it in Game 2.
Okay, we're not making you stick to a game 3 prediction yet at all, Al. You can come back on Puckin Crazy for that game 3, but I'm with you. I think taking them here a minus 120. We look at what their defense has been doing, holding teams to 2.44 goals per game on the season, holding the Bruins to that one single goal in that last game, scoring five themselves, and they are only allowing an average of 28.2 shots on goal. This is going to be a hard night for the Boston Bruins, and I love it here. I love the under as well. You guys know we got that empty net goal in that last game, but I don't see it happening again. I really do think this is a 2-1 sort of game.
Yeah, we talked about this a bit after the morning show on the weekend for Game 1, and yeah, it should be a great defensive battle. I mean, both teams very good defenses, but injuries to the goalies here. Ranta's been good though. He's been solid all season long. He definitely stepped up in Game 1, and of course, Frederick Anderson's injury kind of worried me for the total in Game 1. Again, I can't. As good as these defenses are, there's too many people that can put the puck in the back of the net. So I'm staying off the total. I'm going with the Hurricanes. So wish you the best of luck on that under. But
thank you. So what do you got for sale for us over at Pick Dogs today?
I got 3-pack in the MLB. I got my best bet in the NBA. And I'm mixing it up a little bit. I'm gonna have to be on one of the long-term passes for my NHL play today. So make sure you grab one of those or get a 2-for-1 capper specials. You can get it that way too.
Awesome. Well, all the best in all of your bets. Keep crushing it over there. I see you just dominating. So really happy for you to see that out.
All right. Thanks, Joe. I know you're doing pretty well yourself too. So congrats there.
Thank you. Have a fantastic day. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
All right. See you, Joe. Have a go.
Thank you. Okay, guys, that was Al Ninos. I love his play here of taking the Carolina Hurricanes at minus 120. I think they definitely have the ability to get another win over the Boston Bruins. They just dominated in that last game, getting that 5-1 win. I am still going to stick with the under 5.5. I think it's my favorite play in this one. I just see this being a defensive game. We cannot forget, this is playoff hockey. The Boston Bruins are known for their strong defense, allowing only an average of 2.66 goals per game on the season. Omar is in goal for them, 2.45 goals against him on average. And this Carolina Hurricanes team defensively is what wins them the games. They are only allowing 2.44 goals per game and 28.2 shots. I can't get past that, you guys. Give me the under. If we get another empty netter, I am sure no matter where you are in North America, you will hear me screaming, because if that happens again, I'm going to be furious. But let's move on to the next game, you guys. We have the Tampa Bay Lightning taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, Leafs coming in here as the favorite at minus 135 plus 115 for the Tampa Bay Lightning, and a total of 6.5. This one, I think, is one of the hardest games on the board. We saw the Leafs come in and completely dominate in the last game, getting a 5-0 win in a game that everyone had counted out the Leafs. Well, maybe you hadn't. A lot of people had counted out the Leafs. I really didn't see them coming in and getting that many goals on Vasilevsky of the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's an outstanding goalie, expected again in tonight. He's 39, 18, and 5 on the season with a 2.49 goals against average. But the Leafs just had his number. They played such incredibly fast hockey out there. It was like the Lightning were not able to keep up. It was weird to see. This Lightning team is so strong. What I'm going to look at in this one is, instead of taking a side, because I can make a sway for both ways on this one. I don't love the value on the Toronto Maple Leafs at -135. Jack Campbell is in goal for them, though, and we know Jack Campbell is a stud on the ice. 31-9-6 with a 2.64 goals against average. I'm going to look at the total. I really do think between these two goalies, we are going to see another under game. I don't think this is going to be a 5-0 game, again, by the Leafs. So I think this is probably a 3-2 game with, I don't know who's going to come out and get this win, you guys. I think these teams are going to play so hard, so well tonight. If I had to, I'd lean on the Tampa Bay Lightning. I really do think this is a series that goes all 7 games. I think we get back to forth wins here. I love the value taking the Tampa Bay Lightning with that plus money. Who would have thought Tampa would be plus money? So it's crazy, you guys. It really is. This is going to be an excellent game. I can't wait. The under is 6-1-2 in the Lightning's last 9 playoff games as an underdog. The under is also 5-1 in the Maple Leafs' last 6 playoff games as a favorite. Give me that under 6.5. I'm just looking at your comments here, you guys. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I love this. We are going to be talking about Mike Smith in a couple minutes here. So I will comment more on that once we get there. And yeah, we're definitely on the same page for these games. Again, we're going to talk that Oilers game. I think you're on the right track with the Blues and Hurricanes. Let's get to the Oilers game and we will discuss that one. First, we're going to talk that St. Louis Blues Minnesota Wild game. Now, the St. Louis Blues coming in here at +120, the Wild at -140 with a total of 6. This game is going to be lights out. Now, Husso expected for the St. Louis Blues. He is 25-7-6 with a 2.56 goals against average. Absolutely stood on his head in the last game. St. Louis Blues got that first period win for us at +198. They also got the game win at plus money. I believe it was +105. Correct me if I'm wrong. Fantastic game. They won it 4-0. I am expecting another solid game out of the St. Louis Blues. I cannot believe how well this team is playing, how well they're playing defensively, how well they're playing offensively. They have just the perfect combination right now. They, on the season, averaged 3.77 goals per game and allowed that 2.91. A Fleury is now confirmed for the Minnesota Wild. So I absolutely loved the first period so much when it was Cam Talbot. I think now with Fleury, I'm still going to ride it. And Fleury confirmed here at 28, 23, and 5 on the season with a 2.84 goals against average. I think this Blues team is one of those teams we cashed so much during the regular season in that first period. They come out so hard. I think they're going to come out off that win last time nice and hard in this one. I think the best way to take them is to take them in the first period at that +198, sprinkle on it. I think the over in this game is my second strongest play over the money line for the full game for the St. Louis Blues. I don't know. I'm not completely confident in the full game for the St. Louis Blues, but pretty confident. It's one of those ones where I'm right on the edge with it. I think the St. Louis Blues are the better team. I just don't want that empty netter to come. And if we get an empty netter where the Wild tie it up and they go to overtime, I think Fleury will do better in overtime. And it's just one of those gut feelings that if this goes to overtime, the Wild will have it. The over is so strong. We've got a total of 6 here. The over is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings in Minnesota, 4-1 in the last 5 meetings overall. We also have the Blues on the road, strong to that over, going 11-2-1 in their last 14 road games. The Wild coming in rested, trend nicely to that over as well, 29-11 in their last 40 games playing on that 1 day's rest. So give me the over 6 as my second favorite play here. I don't know why they're putting Fleury in again. We're seeing a lot of these teams going back-to-back with their lead goalies here in this situation. I think they probably will play Cam Talbot in game 3 on the road. So I'm not sure why they're doing that. I was expecting Cam Talbot, but I think because this team is down, they have to go with the goalie that they think is their strongest. Okay, the next game on the board, you guys, and the last game on the board is the LA Kings taking on the Edmonton Oilers. Now, the LA Kings got the win in the last game, 4-3. It was a phenomenal, hard-hitting, but high-scoring game. The Kings came out with the win there. We got them on the money line. We also got them on that puck line, so strong on that puck line, especially against the Edmonton Oilers. Now, the Oilers are favored again. Don't know why, really. Like, to be honest with you, they don't have the better goalie. They don't have the better defense. Offensively, this team is phenomenal. So the LA Kings do have to hold down them offensively to get the win again here today. But minus 200 on that money line for the Edmonton Oilers. Wouldn't recommend that to anyone. Plus 170 for the LA Kings and a total of 6.5. Now, my best bet in this one, and take the LA Kings in the first period. LA Kings in the first period is plus 245. I think they roll in here with so much momentum. Mike Smith is expected for the Edmonton Oilers. He keeps screwing up, you guys. I can't trust him. I can't trust anything about Mike Smith. He is ready to hang up his skates. I don't think we'll see him anywhere next season. I think this will be his last season. We look at the Edmonton Oilers. They've lost the first period in their last 4 home games. LA Kings, with that energy that they're coming in here with, I think they get the first period. Jonathan Quick expected for them in goal now. He played an outstanding game. The shots that he took in that last game from the Edmonton Oilers was incredible, his saves. He's 23, 13, and 9 on the season with a 2.59 goals against average. I think he's going to have a phenomenal one. The road team is a 5-1 in the last 6 meetings. The Kings are 6-1 in the last 7 meetings overall. 5-1 in their last 6 versus the Western Conference, and 4-1 in their last 5 games following a win. And off rest, they play strong as well. 4-1 in their last 5 games, playing on that 1 day's rest. Now the Oilers are now 0-7 in their last 7 playoff games as a favorite, just struggling in this favorite role. And the Kings have covered the puck line at Rogers Place in their last 5. So if you're worried about taking the Kings on the money line at all, taking them on that puck line at plus 1.5, you're getting around minus 140. Shop it though, because you guys, I looked all over for the different lines on this. I'm seeing anywhere from minus 140 to minus 160, which is huge. That's a 20-point difference. So if you don't have multiple books, head on over to pickdogs.com. You can hit on the betting tools over there and the sports books over there, and you'll be linked to a sportsbook with better odds, because at the end of the day, even 5 points is too many to be giving a book when you can get it somewhere else. So make sure you really do shop those lines, you guys. But I think in this one, I think we're going to see a solid defensive game out of both of these teams. The Edmonton Oilers have been allowing too many goals at 3.06 on the season, but I think they need to come out that bit stronger. I see the LA Kings coming out the strongest of all. They have been only allowing an average of 2.83, and like I said, Jonathan Quick stood on his head in that last game, only allowing those 3 goals by the Edmonton Oilers. Give me the under 6.5 in this one. We see, there's so many trends to the over, because we know the Edmonton Oilers offensively are so explosive, but I'm throwing them all out the door, you guys. I really do think that this is one where we can count on a defensive game, and a really strong defensive game. The only thing that's going to get this over is if Mike Smith does a complete Mike Smith here, can't save anything, then we're going over the total. In that case, the LA Kings are just going to blow them out of the water here, because I'm not looking at Jonathan Quick to allow so many goals. We know Mike Smith, as the season started, he wasn't playing well. He then really did tighten up. And then last night, we saw the reason why Edmonton can't count on Mike Smith. was because of last night's game. So I hate to blame it all on one player. We can also blame it on the defense. The defense really needs to work harder to make sure the Kings aren't having those shots on goal, because at the end of the day, that is their job as well. So give me the LA Kings. Give me the LA Kings in that first period at plus 245. Sprinkling on that, you guys. I think you take that puck line. If you can get it around minus 140 for the plus 1.5 on the LA Kings. And you know, I'm sprinkling on the money line, because if I didn't, would have been kicking myself in the last game, because I had a feeling they would come out and dominate the Edmonton Oilers, and they absolutely did. Okay, let's do a recap of all of these games, you guys. I want to thank you so much for joining me here on Puckin Crazy. I appreciate each and every one of you. I know yesterday wasn't the winning day that we had the day before, but let's get this back on track here. Let's have a phenomenal day here on Puckin Crazy. So to recap these bets, I'm just looking at your guys' comments. Oh, and I have an emergency alert in my town. Sorry, you guys. It was just a test of the emergency alert. Well, that was annoying, but at least we're all safe, right? Okay, let's go over these games one more time. A recap of what I'm taking here. Ninos is going to ride with the Carolina Hurricanes at minus 120. I absolutely love it. I'm going to take the under 5.5 in this game. We better not get that empty netter to get us to 6. You could buy the hook up if you like the 6 and are more willing to get the push. But again, you're paying a little bit more. I really do see this being a 3-2 style game or a 2-1 style game. So I think we're safe there. I would be looking, though. I hate doing player props when I think we're going to see less goals. We can look at points, though. Jarvis, points over 0.5 for the Canes is minus 106. It's hit in 5 of his last 5 games. I'm going to be hitting on that. We can take Taylor Hall's shots on goals for the Boston Bruins as well. Over 2.5, it's hit 5 out of his last 5 games as well. So I love both of those player props. Again, if you're looking for more props, head over to pickdogs.com and Sports Chat Place and click on the player props over there. The next game, I will answer your questions after I do the recap here, you guys. The next game, the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Toronto Maple Leafs. I prefer best the under 6.5. I think we've got a strong under game here. If I had to rely on one of the teams to get the win, it would be the Tampa Bay Lightning to bounce back, because I expect this to go one game, all the way to game 7. Victor Hedman, you can look at again of the Tampa Bay Lightning. His shots on goal over 2.5. Now you're paying a bit of juice here at minus 155, so I don't absolutely love it. But you could also look at Austin Matthews for that anytime goal. We know he's been outstanding. He has got the last goal in each of his last 2 appearances. So if you like Austin Matthews for that very last goal, it's plus a 750. I'm not betting this one because I'm liking the under 6.5, but just something to look at if you guys wanted to look at those. The St. Louis Blues and the Minnesota Wild. I'm going to take the St. Louis Blues in the first period at plus 198. I'm going to sprinkle on that money line at plus 128 for the St. Louis Blues, but I do like that first period better, and I think the over 6 is a really solid way to take this one. And then the LA Kings and the Edmonton Oilers. Again, you guys, I'm going to take the LA Kings in the first period at the plus 245 and the under 6.5 in this one. You can take the puck line on the LA Kings, probably the safest way to go here. If you can find the value, make sure you're not paying over minus 145, I would recommend. I saw it from anywhere from minus 140 to minus 160. Don't pay minus 160. It's worth just laying off that game. It's not worth the value you're going to get back on it. So you guys, that was it. Just making sure I don't have any more props that I liked here for you guys. No, I think that was everything. You got the Kings on the money line at plus 170. Absolutely love it. Yeah, they have such a strong line. They absolutely do. And for Jonathan Quick to play the way he did in that last game, I think we have to go hats off to him. Who do I trust more, the Lightning or the Kings to win? I got to go with the Kings just because I look at the teams they're playing. I trust the least out of all of these teams on the ice tonight, the Edmonton Oilers with Mike Smith in goal. If he wasn't in goal, I might trust them actually a bit more. But Mike Smith is prone to mistakes, you guys. He doesn't play well under pressure. We're seeing that. So I trust the LA Kings to get the win more than I do trust the Toronto Maple Leafs to screw up, if that makes sense to you guys there. Today is absolutely going to be a winning day. And you're right, Vasilevsky hasn't lost 2 in a row in the playoffs. That is a fact that I totally forgot about. He does not do that. So great way to look at that game for sure. Oilers always get spanked. We love to see them get spanked. So it's completely okay with me, you guys. Let me just look at the rest of your comments here before we end the show. But again, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me here. It really is a great thing to see all of you betting hockey with me here on Puckin Crazy. You're going to be at the game tomorrow, J-Law. Okay, I might be at the game. I've got a million offers to go to the game. Just if I accept one of these offers. It sounds so silly, but there's something about being at home and being able to watch that game as well as the other games that I really do enjoy. Maybe I'm just a little bit antisocial lately. I don't know what's going on, but it is going to be a great game. I probably will be there. My friends are going to kill me if I don't go because I missed last night for that reason because I wanted to watch all of the games. But enjoy the game. Maybe we'll see you there. Okay, guys, that was it. I want to thank you guys for joining me here on Puckin Crazy. Appreciate each and every one of you. Now, if you're looking for my premium picks or Al Ninos' premium picks or Tony Brown or any of our handicappers here at Pick Dogs, make sure you do head on over to pickdogs.com, hit on that premium tab. We have a lot of great deals over there, 2-for-1 capper deals. People have different packages up, so you can find whatever you're looking for, not just in the NHL, but the NBA, the MLB, everything. I know a couple cappers even do CFL. CFL is going to be starting soon. So many things over there. We got 2-for-1 capper deals. It just is absolutely the best. If I can talk today, you guys, I'm a little tongue-tied. You guys know I'm still off coffee, right? This is kind of like, I don't know myself without coffee. But you guys, have a good one. Keep smiling, and you know the drill. Let's make some Puckin money today. Bye, guys.